Hello all, welcome back to Uncommon Geeks. Myself Vasant. I hope you all doing well. I'm back with a brand new playlist called Custom Implementations. Okay. Very first question that is running your mind is Vasant, what is custom implementation? So in very simple words, custom implementation means writing definition for already built-in methods or functions. For example, array has lot of functions like for each, reverse, concat. Promise has few methods like promise.all settled, etc. So these methods already have a definition in JavaScript engine or library, correct? Like someone has written definition for all this so that I and you can use it on a day-to-day basis. Okay. Nowadays, many companies like what we call the Mang or Fang, or also the other companies like Microsoft or some high-paying startups like Coinbase, Yumfine. So these companies started asking this custom implementation in the interviews. Okay. How do I know? I have been interviewed recently at Yumfine and Microsoft. They ask these questions. I also read feedbacks of a lot of other candidates attending interviews at different companies. They have also written these questions are nowadays asked across multiple companies. So very first, why this is important concept? Reason being, unless you know how built-in functions work, you will not be able to write a built-in function of your own. So you don't have to write a built-in function, but to write a function that can be act like a built-in function, first you should know how existing function work. So this will give an interviewer the fair understanding of your basics, how depth you know the JavaScript concept. So because writing custom implementation doesn't just involve your JavaScript knowledge, you should also know a lot of topics like, for example, now whenever we do it array dot, lot of custom methods are registered like map, reverse, etc. First, you should know how to insert your custom implementation there, like my map, my for each. Second, you should know how custom or how built-in methods work. For example, array dot concat. Okay, array dot concat basically you will be using on a day-to-day basis. How you will be using is concatenate two arrays, array one dot concat, and you'll pass array two as an argument to that concat method. Correct, but array.concat actually takes two or more arrays as an input. So you can concatenate one array with two or more arrays. Unless you know this concept, you will not be able to write a concat method, custom implementation for concat method with all the scenarios being covered. Correct. So you must, this will tell the interviewer the give him a fair understanding of how depth your knowledge on these methods that you are using on a day-to-day basis. Okay. So because of this, it has become very important topic in interview. Third, why I am making a series on this topic. So reason why I decided to make a interview videos on this topic is, after I asked this question, after me being asked this question in the interview, I decided to ask this question for the candidates who are taking interview from me. Okay. So when I asked these questions to them, candidates was really struggling to answer. So many know actually what for each does, map does, promise.all does, etc. But if I ask them to write a custom implementation, they're struggling. They know a lot of JavaScript concepts, data structure algorithm concept, but they're not able to write a custom implementation. So I decided to pick this topic and cover each and every aspect of it in a step-by-step process. Okay. So next, what is prerequisite for this video series? So prerequisite for this is you should know some basic understanding. You must have some basic understanding about JavaScript concepts, like how to create variable, how to create functions, how to invoke function, how to return values from function. In case you are some brand new guy to JavaScript, you don't know much about the basics of JavaScript, still you can watch this video series. But I've also made another video series where I'm explaining the basics. So spend some time and watch that series. I'll be trying to add that link somewhere on the description. Okay, go ahead and watch that series and come back to this so that you will have some fair understanding about JavaScript. Then you'll be easily able to go with the whatever I'm explaining here. Okay. Now, the last question, how this series is going to be. So this series is going to be in a way where I pick one method, for example, now array.map, where then I'll take you to the developer.mozilla.org, where I'll explain the what is map method, what are the arguments it takes. Okay. Then I'll come to VS Code or whatever the editor, where I'll show a snippet that work with the existing method as it is, like map, how map will work. Then I'll start with the step-by-step process, how to write a custom implementation and how to invoke the custom implemented methods. So This entire series is going to be very step by step. So after writing my map method or whatever the custom implementation, I'll run that, and I'll take you back again to the developer.mozilla.com, and I'll compare whatever the things that map is meeting, is my method is also meeting those criteria or not. Okay, so that by the time you watch 4 to 5 videos in this series, you will get a fair understanding about the custom implementation. The reason for that is there are hundreds of built-in methods. Nobody can make videos covering all the topics. Okay, but if somebody teaches you the crux of custom implementation, you'll be definitely able to answer all these questions in the interview. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you like my video, please do like it on my YouTube channel. Do not forget to subscribe to Uncommon Geeks, because that will motivate me to create more such informative videos. Okay, thank you again. Catch you in my next video.